it's Camara Randolph here. I just wanted to shoot a quick video. This past weekend I had the chance to watch Elizabeth Gilbert on the OWN network, Oprah Winfrey's Super Soul Sunday, and I just loved it. And then in the meantime I was also reading The Courage to Be Free, Discover Your Original Fearless Self by Guy Finley. I read this book some time ago and came back and reread it. And as I read this book and also listened to Elizabeth Gilbert, this thought kept coming to me about truth and the question of why is it that so many of us can't get free, can't really get the freedom that we want. And it's because it's this one thing. The road to freedom leads through truth. You telling the truth about where you are, who you are, why you are. And until you get to that point where you will tell the truth, nothing else can happen. It is the pathway forward. Once you get in that place where you can look at eyeball to eyeball and say this is, then you can make choices about what to do about that truth. Most of us won't allow ourselves to go there. So I was thinking about all of the examples I have of this, and I noticed that a lot of times I'll ask people like, what is it that you really want? We start off not even being honest there. Like we won't even say what is it that we really, really want. And it's funny, sometimes I'll tell people what my business goal is in the next 18 months and they'll look at me like I'm crazy and think, oh, you can't do that. And it's like, this is the thing that I want. This is the thing that I'm working for. This doesn't change. But I'm willing to say honestly and openly, this is what I want. And so sometimes we won't even allow ourselves to be honest there. And then it goes from there to we won't be honest with other people and we won't be honest here or there. And it's these little things where we're not honest, where we're not telling the truth, that separates us from our pathway towards freedom. The more of them we have, the further away from the freedom we all want and crave we get. So, and here's another example of it. I've had people say, I'll say, hey, you want to do this thing, you want to invest in this? And they'll say, oh, well, no, the timing's not right. When the truth is, maybe they don't have the money to pay for it, or maybe they're not comfortable. But instead of telling the truth, they'll make up some reason why. In our society, this is part of our culture. This is the way that we've operated. And it's why we see so much struggle and pain, because anytime you start telling all of those little lies, small lies, it moves you away from the original intent. Guy Finley calls it the original equipment. And so, as you start looking at yourself, and this is particularly for those who want to be free. I think everybody does, but you know, I'm always amazed at how people think freedom is just free. So for those of you who really want to be free, start to look at all of the ways that perhaps you're not owning what it is that you really want. Perhaps you're not owning who it is that you really are. Perhaps you don't know. And if you find it difficult to just be in this place where you're just telling the truth because you haven't learned it, just practice. Just notice all of the ways that you tell, you know, something that you say something that's not true. I'll give you an example. In my business, one of the things I'm noticing lately is that I don't want to tell people that it's easy anymore, because it's not. If it were easy, everybody would do it. And so what I say now is, I can't promise you that it'll be easy. In fact, I'll promise you it probably isn't, because you're going to have to do some different things. And change is always hard for most of us. What I will promise you is that if you will go with me, let me kind of be your midwife on this journey towards marketing in a different way, that I will minimize the pain. I'll make you as comfortable as possible. I'll let you know what's coming up ahead. And at the end, you're going to be wildly happy, happier than you ever imagined. That's the promise. So that's the truth. The other, that it's going to be easy, is not the truth. And so I'm sure that that truth will continue to evolve. But here's the thing, until you speak that, you know, it's liberating. Even when you see it and it's like, wow, that doesn't sound like a great sales pitch at all. It's liberating, because the people who want that, who just want somebody to tell them the real deal, appreciate that. And the people who don't, they go on about their business. But it's been freeing. So notice all of the areas in your life. Ask yourself questions like, what is it that I really want? What is it I'm here to do? What are the stories that I'm telling myself that aren't true anymore? Or just ask yourself a different set of questions and be honest and look at it, the raw, sometimes really ugly, hard to look at truth, so that you can have the freedom that you really seek. All right, thanks.